Hello everyone and welcome to Theme Park Worldwide, where we're here at Coney Island in New York for visits to Luna Park.
So there is 8 coasters at this park, including the Cyclone, and I cannot wait to get on it.
First time here for Charlotte, and I actually visited last back in 2019, so it's been quite some time. There's actually been some new rides that have opened here since my last visit, including a new family coaster and a log flume as well. Now the park's open tonight until 10 PM, and when you buy an unlimited riding wristband, you get 4 hours to get on as many rides as you can do. But the good thing is, it's looking quite quiet, isn't it?
I think we're going to get loads of rides because it looks really quiet.
We've actually been at 2 of the parks today. We started off at Adventureland on Long Island, New York. We then made our way to Dino's Wonder Wheel Park, which is located kind of in the middle of Luna Park, but is a separate park. So make sure you check out them vlogs if you haven't already seen them. It's a really fascinating and unique place, Luna Park, and Coney Island in general, because of course you've got the 2 different parks here owned by different operators, and in fact Luna Park is owned and operated by Zamperla, the Italian ride manufacturer, and they've been operating rides here since 2010, and since then they've invested very heavy in the park in terms of bringing in lots of new rides here. And you can see one of the 8 coasters just there. We're definitely not starting off the vlog on that one. That's the Zamperla Volare that they've got here. I'm not a huge fan of those. I think we're going to start off over on the classic Cyclone. And of course, with us being here in Coney Island, we're located down on the beach. They're actually setting up for a big run here over the weekend, hence why there's all the barriers. He's having a great time. Bit of celebration. Anything goes around here, anything goes. It's one of the most unique and quirky places that you're ever going to go, this is. We have loads of nice food options down here. Nathan's famous New York hot dogs since 1916. And we are going to start off on the Cyclone just because we want to make sure we guarantee a ride on there. But it's just gone 6. We've got 4 hours to get loads of rides in. And there's the Wonder Wheel Amusement Park in the middle, and of course that was the previous vlog to this one. So it's really interesting, this, and I bet it gets a bit frustrating for both the parks here, telling people what's included in the wristband and what's not. Because obviously you got Luna Park on this side, which is included in your wristband. Then you got this, which is a separate amusement park in the middle. But then you go down this way, and then you've also got Luna Park down there as well.
There's just so much going on.
Yeah, so it's like 2 completely separate operators. So bear that in mind if you are coming down here. But yeah, there's a look over at the beach. It's a lovely setting though down here. And the air is just nice and fresh and clean down here, you know, very different to down in the centre of New York, you know. Beautiful. So yeah, there's like multiple entrances and exits. You got an aquarium, which is all the way down at the bottom there as well. Again, that's another separate ticketed attraction. And then we're going to head down this way. So basically all the Luna Park areas have got like these big fancy entrance archways that you can see. And yeah, you've got like all the different ticket booths. Of course, it's free to enter. You can pay per ride if you want to as well, but it's normally better getting a wristband for 4 hours here, especially when it's quite quiet like it is today. Yeah, just thought I'd show you this kind of nice boardwalk area. And yeah, a big run set up, like they've got all the covers on these barriers ready for the weekend. Just gonna make our way in down here, and of course we'll cut through here over to the Cyclone, which has been standing here for a very long time. Very historic ride. 8 coasters, lots of flat rides here, lots of generic flat rides, you know. But we'll definitely do some of those if we get a chance. But we'll head over for that one first, the Cyclone. And there's a lot of different flat rides down here, including a super Zamperla air race just over there. There's a Zamperla Nebula you can just see over there. There's a Zamperla Disco. There's a Zamperla Drop Tower. Everything Zamperla! Actually, not everything. I'd be lying if I said that. Just a lot of things are Zamperla. What's quite interesting is with the super air race though, it's not very super because it's not lifting up. This is supposed to lift up to the top. Obviously, it's just on the ground like a normal air race. It must be broken. Gift shop just over there with some souvenirs. Have a look what they've got in there in a bit. The good news is it is so quiet. Sadly, I don't think we're going to be able to film on ride here at this park. We did try contacting them before, so no response. And yeah, I don't think they allow even a chest-mounted GoPro. We'll try, we'll ask when we get to the Cyclone. This is another weird one now, because you've actually got to exit the park to get to the Cyclone. So we've got to go out that way. And of course, there's the ride just over there. And that's kind of built in its own little area as well.
You have to leave the park, isn't it? Surely it'd be easy to just go across.
It's because there's like a public road there. Yeah, it's a fascinating place, like I say. Oh, there it goes. This is a new coaster credit since last time I was here as well. This little coaster that we can see here. So There it is, the Cyclone. Look at the new Luna Park sign at the top. That looks great. People are buying tickets though. It's one of them with a lot of these parks. They're just so expensive. Booked online, I think it cost about $55 per person for 4 hours. On the day, I think it said 75 plus tax down there. A lot of money. Oh, and just before we go and ride here, there's a look. A nice old piece of the train from the Coney Island Cyclone. Look at that, all that padded in there as well. Lovely. Let's go out to the right and go and give this a ride. There we are, just walked out of the park. We're coming down the block just there. And here it is, the Cyclone. Oh, what an iconic ride. I'm very excited to get on this again. It's actually a wooden hybrid coaster. So of course, wooden track, steel support structure. The dates back to 1927. And yeah, they've even got like a little merch stand for it over there as well. Of course, this wasn't built by Zamperla, but we have got to thank Zamperla for, of course, keeping this thing operational down here. Yeah, you can just buy tickets here. It's $10 just to ride this on its own. So that's why you can soon recoup, of course, the money on getting a wristband to do a lot of rides on this and the other rides down here at Luna Park. Let's go. Here's the entrance just down here. So it's just on the street. Nice sign though. A lot of history. Hey, look at this. Nice all the lighting. We should get a little bit of night time here with it being open until 10 o'clock. So we can enjoy it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, nothing. There you go. Not for me on any ride at Luna Park. Oh, it is a shame. In with the chest mount, I believe. I will ask just in case, but it's one of them things, isn't it? I do remember from last time. Wow. Here we go, well, right then, we'll see you when we come off. It's absolute classic. Scan your wristband just there. That's it, thank you. Hey! 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 What is going on? Look at the padding. Just had two back-to-back rides on the iconic Coney Island Cyclone. It was great getting back on that coaster. And of course, how was your first ride on it?
That coaster rode so well. It was so smooth, and I loved the padding on the seats because it just made it feel so comfortable.
The seats are brilliant on there as well. And it's just so smooth for a ride that in 3 years' time turns 100 years old. A real piece of amusement park history here. What I love about this ride is the fantastic layout on there. There's some really steep drops that really take you by surprise. We had a ride down towards the back, and near the back you feel the speed and the drops, which are awesome, aren't they?
Oh, I just thought it was a brilliant ride. It was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be as well. There's some points where you don't know if you're going to go left or right. It just keeps going. It was really good.
Down near the front, you get some more lateral forces on there. And obviously Charlotte's on the left-hand seat, so I was squashing Charlotte a little bit.
Squashing.
As I was coming like over onto the side, you get some real laterals. I think it's a better ride towards the back, but you know what? I think it's an incredible coaster, and for its age as well, it's so smooth. I think a big part of that is it's so well maintained. rain. I noticed quite a lot of retracking work that's happened on there. One must have been done this winter. And also as well, all the padding, all the cushioning on the seat. Oh, it's an awesome ride, and it's an absolute icon, isn't it? Just seeing that sign up there and riding it again, absolutely brilliant. And we got 2 rides back to back on there as well. That's like $20 each already.
$20 already.
You know, $10 a ride on there. We've had 2. Fantastic. Oh, such a unique location down here as well. Like, what a place where you just come and see it. I mean, I've seen so many photos and videos over the years. Remember watching a documentary when I was a kid about this area, and it's just so iconic. Like, just coming down here and seeing the Cyclone. Literally, like, this park is split up with the roads that run through the middle. Another amusement park. What a really interesting place this is. You got the subway just over there opposite as well, and then you've got a dog wearing sunglasses.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Oh, God. That is brilliant. Lots of food options down here as well. She loves it.
Dog is sunglasses.
We're back down there at the Cyclone later. I'm hoping we get a night ride. I think we will do, which would be great. I don't remember seeing this park at night last time, actually, so that'll be good. Not really people flooding in either, so we should get plenty of rides in. Right, next up then we're going on our second coaster, and it is the Tickler. Getting in the mood for the ride. What's it called, this one?
It's called the Tickler.
Ah! Let's get our rides. Yeah, this is a standard spinning mouse coaster. We may as well go and give this a go. This is cute for the kids, look. It's a mini high ropes course. And when I say mini, it literally is tiny. So we're back inside the main part of this half of the park. Look at that. I'm surprised you even need to be clipped on for that. Oh yeah, I tell you what, it is so quiet. I think it's very expensive what they're charging for here. But when you do work out, yeah, it's worth buying the all-day riding wristband. Well, the 4-hour ride wristband, because at $10 a ride for some stuff, you know, you make your money back pretty fast actually. But yeah, literally everything's walk on. Let's go. $8 a ride, like, yeah, let's go. The Tickler. We're putting some off-ride shots. Shame they don't allow on-ride filming here. We've just found Charlotte's new #1 coaster, and it's the Tickler just there.
Brilliant ride, that was unbelievable.
No, honestly, that was pretty terrible. That was like, it's one of the worst spinning mouse coasters out there for a world-class coaster over there with the Cyclone. So yeah, not great that.
Braking so much, then when you come into the end, you just get slapped to the side.
What happens at the end?
You get slapped to the side.
Wow, look at that movement. Can we get it one more time? I think.
Slapped to the side.
Oh God. Yeah, that was funny. There you go. Well worth going on. Yeah, not the best ride at all, that. Pretty standard layout. Best bit's the drop where you can see it just coming down there. But still, 6 more coasters to ride, including 2 new credits for me here. Nice little plane ride just over here as well. Lots of different attractions, and yeah, they have got stuff for all the family here at this park, including our 3rd coaster that we're going on, which is just over here. I think the operator's going to be like, why are you coming on this? Because, you know, I want to add it to my list. I've not done this coaster. It opened here in 2021, and it operated previously somewhere else in New York. Even this is $5 to ride. It's a nice Zamperla Minnie Mouse for you over here. You ready?
I'm looking forward to it.
Well, you've done one of these before though, I think. So, very, very standard layout. Let's go. Mild thrill, it says. Apparently. Hey, well, we got on there. I tell you what though, there were some nice views of the Cyclone from on that ride. And then we had, was it 3 or 4 laps? I lost count. 3 laps, yeah, you can just see it there behind us. I get some off-ride shots, but there's nobody going round on there. And I was going to have another go so Charlotte could get some off-ride footage. But literally, I think the staff member, we were like a problem for him going on there. Like, he didn't say anything to us, did he?
He didn't say one word to us, like, it was a bit rude to be honest.
Yeah, like, he literally like had the scanner like bagged up and everything. He tell you just did not want to send the ride, but yeah, this is what it is. Maybe I'll have another go later on there. Oh, what a great view there with the Wonder Wheel as well. Yeah, I've got to say, customer service has been practically non-existent here. Like, other than the lady when we were picking up our wristband, all the ride staff, yeah, they've been very abrupt and like not even really speaking, you know, and especially when it's $75 plus tax on the day. Very expensive. As a look at the electro spin, Zamperla Disco. Well, we give some of these flat to go later. We'll just prioritise getting the coasters in for now. I tell you what though, Zamperla have done well with the air race. They've sold so many of these around. But as I mentioned, this is actually a super air race, meaning that it's supposed to lift up the tower. And we actually did one of these, if you remember, earlier this year at the Warner Brothers World over in Abu Dhabi, the big indoor theme park. And yeah, that was all themed into the area. Like, it looked fantastic inside. But yeah, they've done well, Zamperla have, with these. They create some really good rides. It's crazy things Zamperla are the company. They've just built Top Thrill 2. Nebula just there as well. These are good fun rides. Again, we'll probably give that a go later. There's a few other bits down here. But there's one more coaster on this side, which is just here on the right hand side. So we'll get on this now. Then we'll have done half the coasters. And then we'll head down to the other end. Like I said, it's in like a couple of sections. And get on the other coasters just down there.
They're all bagged up, these scanners.
Yeah, it's really weird. I'm not too sure. Like, they're doing some sort of ride rotation maybe. I mean, that's understandable with how quiet it is. But 6 credits to ride on this, the circus coaster. So little like interaction when I was getting on a ride before, literally nothing at all, wasn't it?
It's just so rude, like not even a thank you or hello, like Sean said, when you spend so much money to be here, to not even get like basic customer service is such a letdown.
I mean, it's a historic area around here. I love coming to see it all, I really do, but yeah, I tell you what, a bit more customer service would be great. Yeah, that was the coaster, 2 Light Special. Needs a repaint, that one, opened here in 2010, and also along with that as well, you got a couple of bits of airtime, surprisingly. It was a bit uncomfortable airtime. There's a couple of speed hills down near the end of the layout. We're just walking along the boardwalk here now to the other side again. We're going to go and ride the other big coaster here, and that's the Thunderbolt. Lovely atmosphere though down here on this boardwalk. I do like it, all the games, all the food. And yeah, this big run coming up for the weekend. Probably going to be very busy actually, so I'm glad we decided to visit here on the Friday. We didn't hear there was a run, so I'm glad that we came today. Fancy doing the run, Charlotte? You did the Alton Towers 5K? You did a fantastic job with that. Sky Chaser, high ropes. So this isn't included with the wristband. Perfectly fine. Well, we've got a bit of a queue, have we, down here? Here we go. So this is Thunderbolt. It's 10 years old, this. Zamperla Thunderbolt model. Vertical lift hill. 4 inversions on this as well. Opened, of course, back in 2014. Yeah, it's got a small queue. Yeah, so we'll go and have a ride on this now. Now this was the type of ride that was actually going to be coming to Southport Pleasureland back in the UK, announced a few years ago by the park owner that we're going to be bringing this over to the UK, but hopefully with new trains and lap bars, which it does need because the trains on this aren't the best. But yeah, we're going to give this a go and I'll get some off-ride shots. I mean, in terms of the Southport coaster, it doesn't look like that's going to be one of these now. Could be a Gerstlauer instead, apparently. Hopefully it'll happen though. I'm not too sure what's going on here. Been waiting about 5 minutes. And they're bashing that restraint about over there. So I think there could be a restraint issue on this. I mean, the restraints are terrible on there. It's not a fan. You've kind of got the lap bar, but then you've got like a weird seat belt, like a strap what comes down as well. Yeah, the restraints aren't the best. Luckily, Zamperla have made a lot of improvements actually to the restraints. Could do with putting a new train on this, I think, by the looks of it. Let's see if this opens up.
Let's go guys, let's go. Pop, 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 pop. Okay, don't talk that much the first time, so let me go.
We just did that right there on the Thunderbolt on the front row, and I tell you what, that was really rough and uncomfortable. It wasn't too bad last time I was here, but I do remember it shaking quite a lot. Now, like, it's really not enjoyable at all. There was a couple of big jolts on there.
Like, what are those restraints? Like, you've got some airtime, but it's really uncomfortable airtime because you've got these straps, so you go like this. I really didn't enjoy that.
Oh, we had some funny reactions from Charlotte today. But I won't repeat what she said when we came into the break room. Like, yeah, it was terrible though, that was. It was terrible. Yeah, it's just horrible, like some of the experience on there. Shaking your side to side. Like I said, the airtime on there, you whacked up into these very uncomfortable restraints. The terrible, there's no padding on them at all. They're just like plastic restraints, really uncomfortable. Don't get me wrong, like the actual layout of the ride is quite nice, but you just can't enjoy it because of the horrible trains on there. I tell you what though, in 10 years, Zamperla have come a long way from building something like this, the prototype Thunderbolt, to of course Top Thrill 2. I know it's been having some issues, but you know what? The design of that and the trains on that as well are so much better than these. And I do know that they sell this model now with an updated train, and I'd like to see them completely refurbish this. 10 years on, it needs it. I tell you what though, as much as it looks impressive, I do feel like Southport Pleasureland had a lucky escape by not building one of these. It would have looked really good at the back of the park, a nice permanent coaster for them, and it even looks good with the lights built into the track just here. Yeah, it really doesn't ride the best, that one, at all. How are your chips just there?
I've just had some of the Nathan's chips. They are the best chips I've ever had. They were so good.
So Nathan's do the famous hot dogs.
They've
We
all
saw them
gone
earlier.
now, I bet 'em.
Very nice. I just had a ice cream as well, and it was delicious actually.
That was lovely, they were.
Right, we're all geared up to go and check out an area that is brand new here. Well, it opened in 2022, yet to see it. There we go, look, there's one of the trains that's been took off. Yeah, let's go and see it. You can just see it's actually peeking out from the other side. So there's a new water ride, a log flume, and also a water ride with a coaster, all joined together with this kind of themed experience. So it looks like they've done a really good job. So we're gonna have a little look at that now, just around the corner. Right then, here's a look at the new area here, opening 2022. And I've got to say, this looks fantastic. I'm not too sure about doing a water ride tonight though, because as much as it's not too chilly, it looks like a bit of a soaker. It's more than just a small flume ride. It looks reminding me of Valhalla a little bit, looking at the boats. Of course, manufactured by Zamperla. Of course it is. I mean, you get the coaster and also the water ride. It comes as a package, and if you remember last year, quite ironic actually, when we went to Adventureland, not the one that we did this morning, but Adventureland that we did in Iowa, they had these opening up like Viking themed, the coaster and the water ride. I'm not too sure if it's the exact same layout or not, but still, this is great, and it's being done in a proper old school like Luna Park style. I mean, look at all the lighting. It looks great, doesn't it?
It looks really good, this stuff. It looks lovely with the lights and all.
I'd like to have done the water ride, but I just don't know if it's a good idea tonight. We've still got a couple of hours, and I don't really want to walk about soaked. I tell you what though, they've done a great job of all of this. Got a bit of music over there tonight. Lovely vibes down here on the beach. And you can see all the planes coming in there to land at JFK. This is fantastic. I tell you what, they've done a really nice job of this. And all the buildings, it reminds me of that old school amusement park. This is what would have been here probably like 100 years ago, this style of architecture. So I think it's really nice how, you know, Zamperla are really building all this back up round here. It looks great, there we go. So we're gonna make our way into have a ride on Tony's Express just here now. Wow, look at this. Really nice package with the two rides, and we're going to make our way on just here. So we're putting some off-ride shots so you can see it in action. Look at all the lights everywhere. This is beautiful. I did enjoy the family coaster. I love what they've done with all this, the lighting around here, the style of the buildings. This is fantastic. It's really nice around here. It's very pretty. I think the water ride's having a few issues actually. So yeah, we're definitely going to give that one a miss. I mean, we don't want to get soaked tonight. They've done a really good job with this, and look at it. It's beautiful. Even Thunderbolt looks the part from off-ride, doesn't it? Yeah, it's very pretty all this around here. Really impressed. Definitely the prettiest area of the park. It's a shame that the staff on the ride don't think so. She literally told me off for taking some photos and videos up there in the station, just like not on the ride, but in the station.
On the ride, she was like, the management of the park don't want this photographed or videoed, but it's the most prettiest part. It doesn't really make much sense. I
mean, I'm sure the management have put all these lights and everything for people to take photos and videos, like to draw people in. Yeah, I tell you what, it's got a real kind of sketchy feel about it with the staff here. I'm sure the rides are perfectly fine. And go through the normal safety checks, but in terms of the staff here, it's got a very unfriendly vibe, especially for what they're charging. And it's a shame because Zamperla, you know, are doing some good stuff here. They've invested a lot of money. Like, look at this, it is beautiful. But yeah, like some of the staff, there really needs some better customer service. In terms of a bit of history down here for you, that actually used to be an old ride down here. It was like a parachute kind of drop ride, and of course they decided to keep it on the skyline. It's quite iconic down here in Coney Island. Yeah, it looks the part. So that used to be an old ride up there. Fantastic. Now, it's been a while since I've been to an amusement park at night, so it's lovely seeing all the lights. I don't remember being here at night last time. I don't think I was. So nice to see it. And they got a couple of rides down here. They got a Zamperla, Endeavour. These are good rides actually. There's one of these back at Dreamland Margate back many years ago now when they bought all them rides. And there's also the Astro Tower, an old kind of throwback to an old name of the park. I don't remember this being here last time. It could have been, but we do that many things, don't we? Yeah, so give this a go. It's walk on, get some nice views. And then there's an upcharged go-karts next door. It's crazy to think though that all this area could have been redeveloped into something else. I'm really pleased that it stayed as leisure, I really am. Yeah, let's go and give the Astro Tower a go. Oh, it's a shame we couldn't film one right there with the drop tower because the view was fantastic, wasn't it?
Seeing the lights all the way across really made that, and it was a really long cycle as well.
It was on there about 5 minutes, that was great. You could see New York, all the skyline with the lights over there. You can see the beach, all the park lit up. That was really special, would have made a fantastic POV there. It's always a shame when parks don't allow secure chest-mounted GoPros, but you know what, it was great to experience it. Footage there from the Endeavour that they've got just down here. Loving the face just up there with the coaster track. Very old school. Reminds me of some of the artwork that we saw at Luna Park in Sydney and also Melbourne as well. Right then, we're going to make our way back along the boardwalk. The thing is, it's great for these different businesses, isn't it? The fact you have to keep coming back in and out of the park. It's a really good setup here though, I do like it. It's unique, you know, that's the thing. It's a very unique park. That's a nice little food unit, Salt and Sizzle, just over there. We've got a couple more coasters left to ride. Definitely want to get on the Cyclone again a couple of times though. That's, of course, the big standout highlight ride here. But we're going to do, well, what do you want to do first? Do you want to do Soaring Eagle just over there, the Volare?
Let's get it over with.
Yeah, and then we'll end on the a launch coaster where you sit on a horse. So let's go and head just down this way. And let's go and ride on this. Yeah, so we kind of head down off the boardwalk and into this section. The lift hill's spinning round, which means it's waiting for riders, and that means it's waiting for us to go and ride. Yeah, nobody wants to ride this thing, but we may as well do it. I tell you what, I wish my face was that happy about going on this. Soaring Eagle, literally nobody going in just down here. Lift hill spinning. We'll see when we come off the Volare. Yeah, these things are so uncomfortable. Of course, Charlotte's never done this one, so we'll go on it and give it a go. about Coney Island? Well, not quite. How was it for you?
Oh, it wasn't as bad as Hero, but it's just so uncomfortable, like in that lying position, and then when you go round, like...
Yeah, oh, we're getting some amazing like impressions from Charlotte here. I'm very impressed. Very good. Well, you know what? We've got a lot of rides in. There's still like 90 minutes to go. We're just going to do our final coast that we need to do down here now. Probably head back to the Cyclone and have a few rides on that, to be fair, because that is the main event here. But we've got Steeplechase. This is a nice little coaster to get on here. Like, I really enjoy this. So it's a Zamperla launch coaster where you sit on a horse just here, and yeah, it launches you out. So there's the little launch. Got a bit of a kick to it, this, from what I remember. So I'll put in some off-ride shots for you now. Brilliant. I'd probably say that's the second best coaster in this park, in my opinion.
I really enjoyed that. It was really whippy and really good fun.
We had 2 laps around on there. It kind of feels like riding a Zamperla disco with the restraints, doesn't it?
Really enjoyed it, and it's even better when you're sitting on a horse.
Oh, yeah, the launch on there is fantastic, actually. It's a cable launch, and it's one of them that feels even faster when it gets down to the end of the launch track. Yeah, very enjoyable ride. It's pretty smooth as well. Some nice S-bends and drops on there. Just overall, a good ride. Anyway, we still got like over an hour of ride time left. I think we're going to go and have a couple of night rides now on the classic Cyclone, and then we'll have time to do a couple of flat rides, I'm sure, as well. This is where I got my ice cream from earlier, by the way. Coney's Cones. Very nice that was. Look at all the lights. It's so pretty. Really nice. As we look out over the park, and even the apartments behind us over there, like with all the lights on, you know, just adds to it. It's right, let's get over around the Cyclone in the dark. Excited for this. Pretty much every ride has got lights on. It really makes it in an amusement park like this. That's just what you want. Of course, in an amusement park setting, it's great. And we're just inside the gift shop just here now. Look at this.
How sweet is this?
Cyclone coaster car. There's like a little soft toy plushie. Like, that is fantastic, isn't it? I've never seen anything like it.
That's so
How good is that? Yeah, some nice t-shirts in here. Luna Park. Brooklyn just there. That's quite a nice one as well. It's got the air race on.
It's a good one. It's got the octopus.
Oh, that's quite nice with the Cyclone on. It's a good merch. There is a small shop actually by the Cyclone itself as well. And of course you got some more generic merch as well in here too. There's still over 1 hour to go at this park until it closes, and look how quiet it is. Like, it's mostly just staff around, and I think maybe one of the reasons why it's so quiet, of course, they've built so many attractions here and invested so much. Now I do appreciate Zamperla for doing that, but you can build the best rides in the world even, you know, but if you don't have the staff and the customer service, it's going to get a reputation. People aren't going to come, are they?
The customer service is just non-existent. Like, the only nice staff member we've come across is the lady at the ticket office when we come in. It just looks like they can't be bothered and don't want to be here, sadly.
Yeah, it is a real shame. You know, we'll always tell you how it is on this channel, and of course it's great coming back here, but it's not somewhere that I would come to again unless there was anything new that I really want to come and experience, or give it like 5 or so years before coming back, you know.
It's very unfriendly. Like, you're going on rides and you feel bad for going on because
yeah.
they just don't want to check, they just don't want to be there, which is really sad.
It is sad, yeah, because that's the thing. The whole fun of an amusement park is you think, oh, you don't want to leave, you don't want it to close, you know, you don't want it to get to the end of the night. Yeah, it just doesn't feel like that here, you know. It's a real shame, but still we got a couple more rides on the Cyclone coming up just down here. The O's not working, unfortunately, but yeah, I do really like this coaster a lot. I think it's a brilliant ride, and of course if you come into New York, come and ride it. Look at it. It's nice to lit up at night as well, and I've got to say they really are looking after this ride. Like, look at that, amazing. Can't wait for a night ride on this. Wow, and look at the structure all this up here as well. All the nice festoons. I look down there towards the car, and look at the station as well. Fantastic, really nice. I like how it's got a bit of planting in the middle here as well. Fantastic. Yeah, we'll see when we come off. A couple of night rides on the Cyclone. Cyclone, what a ride. I remember falling in love with it when I first experienced it, and I feel like this coaster is riding so well. It's definitely worth buying the 4-hour wristband just for some re-rides on this, because of course at $10 a go it's worth it, but you just come off wanting to go again and again. It's one of the best and most iconic wooden coasters out there, and it's really good to see that they're really looking after this classic ride as well. They've done so much retracking work on there. Oh, it was riding so good there.
Oh, it was running so fast, that was, and I really like the pad on it because it makes it really comfortable.
Yeah, there's even padding just for your knees like in front, which is fantastic. We're gonna do a few more rides then, probably go on the Cyclone again, do a couple of flat rides, and then of course we'll head back to the car and wrap up our vlog from Luna Park. I'll just put in a little bit more off-ride footage from around the park in the dark. Well, back in the car then after doing a few more re-rides at Luna Park here at the iconic Coney Island in New York. We've ended up having 5 rides on the Cyclone, and I've got to say that is certainly the highlight down here, isn't it?
Oh, it's such a fantastic coaster. I'm glad that we managed to get 5 rides on it and it wasn't really busy.
The layout on there is great. I love the drops on there as well. There's lots of hidden surprises. The lateral forces on there are great. And just overall, it's a brilliant ride. One of my favourite classic roller coasters. Still going strong down here at Luna Park. So if you're in the area, it's definitely well worth coming down here to ride it. Then along with that, we got on all the other rides. Got the other 2 coasters that I needed to get. So that was good. I really liked that new kind of area, like the Tony's coaster and the Flume ride. That whole area looked nice, didn't it?
Done such a good job around there. It looks even better at night when all the lights are on.
It's like that classic kind of amusement park feel with that round there. So yeah, I enjoyed seeing that. As much as we didn't go on the water ride, it would have been a bit wet, I think, tonight for that. But still, we prioritised getting lots of rides, did the other coasters as well. I'd certainly say it's more quantity over quality with a lot of the rides here. The second best coaster here, I think, is the little pony ride that we did.
Steeplechase, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, that's a good ride. The launch on there is quite whippy, and yeah, just overall enjoyable ride. Some nice flat rides here as well. It's like a showcase, a collection of Zamperla attractions. Of course, the negative from here is the kind of customer service. It's just not got a very friendly feel about it. It's a shame because it's a lovely location, like a boardwalk style park with a classic coaster, lots of investments. I mean, what's not to like? But you can certainly tell it's a Friday night, open till 10 o'clock. There's been hardly anybody here.
The customer service is just non-existent, and it's such a real shame. I'm really hoping that in the future the park really look into that, because it's really off-putting.
I hope so. Like, you'd expect better, especially for something that's owned by a major manufacturer in such an iconic location. This park should be pumping, but it really hasn't been. I mean, the staff have been really poor here tonight, which has been a real shame. It's just had a kind of rude and unwelcoming vibe around a lot of the park.
Puts people off.
It does. I think it's got a bit of a reputation because of that, and so it's not somewhere that I'd rush back to straight away. I'd wait for new things. But the Cyclone's absolutely incredible, and of course, you know, if you're not really into counting coasters and that sort of thing, you can just pay $10 and go and have a ride on that. But if you want re-rides, we've had our money's worth. Definitely book online if you're coming down here. The on-the-day price, I don't think is worth it. But yeah, book online, come down here. We've had a great 4 hours getting loads of rides in, and if you come like 6 till 10 like we have, or midnight as it's open to on a weekend, I don't know how busy it'll be then definitely, you know, you get some night rides in here as well. Anyway, we're making our way after a very busy day. We filmed the past 3 vlogs you've seen have all been filmed today. We've had a busy one, but tomorrow off to Six Flags Great Adventure.
I am really hoping that we get on kindergarten.
Fingers crossed. So last year we did a big road trip, 25 parks, and we ended at Great Adventure. Charlotte's never been on Kingda Kart. We didn't get it because of the cable. It's been operating today. It's been operating for a while. So hopefully we're going to be on that tomorrow. So come and join us in the next vlog here on Theme Park Worldwide down in New Jersey. But here from Coney Island, that leaves us with one final thing to say. Get out there and keep on riding. Bye-bye.